Socrates once said that the unexamined life is not worth living. What he meant by this is that if we don't take the time to reflect on our lives and the choices we make, then we're not really living at all. We're just going through the motions. So how do we avoid the trap of living an unexamined life? One way is to engage in daily philosophical reflection. This can be done in a number of ways. It doesn't require that you become a professional philosopher or even have a background in philosophy. It simply requires that you take some time each day to think about your life and the choices you're making. So what are the benefits of engaging in daily philosophical reflection? Well, for one, it helps us to develop our critical thinking skills. When we take the time to examine our beliefs and the reasons for those beliefs, we become better at thinking critically. We learn how to question our assumptions and to evaluate evidence. This can help us to become more rational and less prone to making decisions based on faulty reasoning or biases. Daily philosophical reflection also helps us to live a more examined life. By taking the time to reflect on our lives and the choices we're making, we're more likely to be aware of what is important to us and what we want out of life. We're also more likely to be able to articulate our values and to make decisions that are in line with those values. This can lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. In addition, daily philosophical reflection can also help us to become more open-minded and tolerant of other people's beliefs and ways of life. When we engage in philosophical reflection, we're often challenged to consider different perspectives on issues. We learn that there are often multiple ways of thinking about a problem, and that there may be merit in perspectives that we had not previously considered. This can help us to become more tolerant of other people's beliefs and ways of life, and to appreciate the complexity of the world around us. Finally, daily philosophical reflection can also help us to become more grateful for what we have. When we take the time to reflect on our lives, we're reminded of all the good things that we have to be grateful for. We're also reminded of the challenges we've overcome and the progress we've made in our lives. This can help us to develop a more positive outlook on life and to appreciate the blessings we have. There are many ways to engage in daily philosophical reflection. One way is to keep a journal. Journaling can help us to clarify our thoughts and to track our progress over time. Another way is to engage in philosophical discussions with others. This can be done in person or online. There are also many books and articles on philosophy that can get us thinking about important questions. It can be challenging to make time for philosophical reflection in our busy lives. However, it's important to make time for this important activity. We can start by setting aside a few minutes each day to reflect on our lives and the choices we're making. Over time, we can gradually increase the amount of time we devote to philosophical reflection. Some questions that can help you to get started with philosophical reflection include: what is the meaning of life? What is the nature of reality? What is the role of suffering in human existence? What is justice? And what is the good life? By reflecting on these questions, we can start to develop our critical thinking skills and live a more examined life. In conclusion, daily philosophical reflection is an important habit that can help us to think critically, live a more examined life, be more open-minded and grateful, It's important to make time for this activity in our busy lives. So let us start by setting aside a few minutes each day to reflect on our lives and the choices we're making. Over time, we can gradually increase the amount of time we devote to philosophical reflection. By engaging in daily philosophical reflection, we can start to reap the many benefits it has to offer.